intelligence have changed the world.
Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the Elusive Target Arcade. And today's arcade, the Authoritarians. This, as usual, is a 3-level arcade, and we'll be starting off in Bangkok. So, for level 1, we have Desi, and we have to retrieve her files as well. And our stipulation or objective for this particular arcade is that all targets must be killed with a lethal melee weapon only. So for today's challenge, we will be starting in 47's suite, and we're going to be bringing with us a remote breaching charge and a melee weapon of your choice. I've opted for the hook. So right from the start and off the bat for level 1, we require a hotel staff outfit, and there's a quick and easy way to get one. We're just going to call for one.
There's a problem with the toilet. Take care of it. Now.
So that's our hotel staff outfit on the way. He will arrive shortly with his colleague, and we can then get the outfit.
Hello, sir. You called the reception, sir? I am here to take care of the toilet, sir. Very sorry about that. It's really highly unusual.
So once the young gentleman has made his way into the bathroom, we can then get behind the young lady, render her unconscious, and then quickly move off to do the same for her colleague in the bathroom. So once they're both safely asleep, we can then take the hotel staff outfit, and we're going to make our way upstairs to the Queen's suite, which is directly upstairs above us. So I'm just going to get the young lady away from the door there, make our way up the stairs, and we're heading right up to the penthouse area where we will have a short wait. So we're just going to make our way straight up the stairs all the way to the very top. We're going to cut through the ornamental garden area between the suites here, and we're just going to wait in the room just behind this wardrobe. Now eventually our target will come along, and she's going to engage in 2 quick conversations, or one is relatively quick, one's a little bit slower. So here she is now. In a moment her son and some army general will arrive, and they will have a brief conversation before the son leaves, and our target and the general continue their conversation. So they're just having their little chat and get together, and in a moment the young gentleman in the chair will get up and leave. That is your cue, sir. It's time for you to go. So our target will now move over to the corner of the room with the general, and they're going to engage in another conversation, and we're going to move our position as well, and we're just going to hide behind this screen here. So when this conversation finishes, the general will leave, and so will our target a few moments later. So what we want to do is, once the general is out of earshot and hopefully the doors have closed behind him, we can then pounce on our target. So the conversation has finished. Our target is now just going to play with her phone while the general leaves, and as soon as she turns round, we are going to bolt out of our hidey hole and eliminate her with our fishing hook here. That's one target taken care of. We're going to hide her body in the closet provided, and now we're going to have to make our way back downstairs and retrieve her files. Now her files are over in the security room, which is in the other wing. Just wondering what that key's for. So to get over there, first of all, we are going to require a change of outfit so that we can access the security room without trespassing. So we're going to exit the penthouse area back down to the suites floor and down to the end of the corridor, suite 208. And just outside of suite 208, we will find a fire extinguisher. There is our change of disguise. Unfortunately, the occupant of room 208 is currently in attendance. Now we need him to leave. He's going to be a few moments, and when he leaves, our targets will no longer be standing here. So we are going to be waiting around for firstly the patron to leave, and then for our next change of outfit to return. Here they come now. So once they are in position with their backs to us, we're going to throw our fire extinguisher against the wall, retrieve the fire extinguisher, and that's going to get both of the guards' attention, and the guard that doesn't come to investigate will lose interest and wander off. Just be aware there is also another hotel staff member wandering around, and they could come over to this area. Luckily for me, they're not around at the moment, so we can render the guard unconscious, drop him into the canvas crate, take his outfit, and we can now make our way across to the other side of the hotel. I believe this is the Emperor Suite. It would be if I was naming the names of the suites. Or the Emperor Penthouse. So we are going to make our way down the stairs, across the landing here. Just be aware of the hotel manager. She can hang around in this area for a considerable amount of time, and she is an enforcer. So at the top of the stairs, we're just going to wait for the camera above the security room to pan away, and we've just missed our opportunity to get into the security room. The security room is keycard protected, but if we ask this nice young lady here very kindly, she may open the door for us. There are a number of guards in this room, only one of which we need to worry about, who is an enforcer. There he is. So we're going to select our breach in charge, follow the young lady into the room. Now the enforcer guard moves around between 3 of the desks in an anti-clockwise direction. So wherever he is, just follow him around in an anti-clockwise direction. At the back of the room we will find a safe. We're going to place our breach in charge on that safe, detonate the safe and grab the files. And then again, using the anti-clockwise direction, we can then exit the security room and make good our escape. Just remembering to avoid the hotel manager and the enforcer on reception, neither of which are a issue to get past. So all we have to do now is make our way down the pier and to our awaiting boat, and that is level 1 complete with a silent assassin rating. Things do go downhill rather quickly from here. So moving on to level 2, and we have Dicky and Inez here. 2 targets both need eliminating, and again lethal weapon melees only, and as I mentioned, things do not go according to plan. So for this challenge, also in Bangkok, we will be starting this time undercover as the hotel staff. We're going to have a remote igmatic gas grenade stored up in 47 suite. Again, we will be bringing our fishing hook, and I've opted to bring with me this time some coins, but as I mentioned, my method does not work. So right from the start and off the bat, we're going to make our way into the laundry room, which is just around to our left. And we're going to grab the master key card here. Just be aware that 2 of the occupants in this room are enforcers. It's probably best to crouch. And just before we head through the door behind us, we're going to let the enforcer guard make his way past before heading past the 2 guards up the stairs into the storage room. We're just going to wait by the doors here for the hotel manager to make her way past. And once she does, we can then follow her out into the foyer area or the reception area. She is going to turn right, and when she does, we can then bolt to our left, and we're heading for the suites floor area, which is where our 2 targets will be. Speak of the devils, and there they are. So they're about to sit down and have a little chat over on the sofa there. In the meantime, we're going to continue on up the stairs and into 47's suite, where we will retrieve our enigmatic gas grenade in a briefcase. So as I've alluded to, this does go horribly wrong. Not in a terribly bad way, but my plan basically hinges on one thing, and that one thing never manifests. So once we have our gas grenade in a briefcase, we're going to remove it from the briefcase and return it, thus activating it. Then we're going to make our way back down to the lounge area, just in time to see our 2 targets move off towards the restaurant. Now just be aware that where these 2 targets are technically becomes a trespassing zone, and to get past you will need to be frisked, which is why we waited on the stairs. So once the coast is clear, we're able to continue down the stairs into the lounge area and the restaurant, and we're just going to wait out on the balcony here, and our 2 targets are about to sit down at the dinner table, and the waiter is going to attempt to take their order. They are somewhat fussy eaters, but eventually they will get up and leave, which is what we've been waiting for. So once the enforcer finally turns around, we can make our way into the dining area, and just by the plants here, not too close to the edge, we're going to drop our briefcase, select our remote detonator, and we're going to wait on the other side of the plants, just so that the enforcer in the room can't see us. Now this bit hinges on the lady discovering the suitcase on the floor, or the briefcase, and when she goes in to collect it, we can then detonate it. Now she's going to get sick, and she's going to make her way to 47's suite to be sick. She will be flanked by 2 guards. Now this is where things start to go wrong, so we're going to get there ahead of her and acquire ourselves a fire extinguisher melee weapon. Now I've tried to distract these guards with coins and all sorts, and nothing seems to work. So what I'm going to do is slow 1 or 2 of them down and knock them out as they enter the room. Now luckily for me, for this particular run, one of those 2 bodyguards has been held up for some reason, so I actually have a lot more time than normal to do this. So right now I want to be slowing down 1 of the 2 guards, but there is only 1, so we're just going to render him unconscious. We're going to quickly take out our target with our hook. We're going to leave her body there. Now the second bodyguard is making his way up here now, so we're just going to hide his colleague in the bathroom as well. And when he arrives, before he gets to the bathroom, we'll knock him out, because they will follow their targets. Both of the bodyguards for both of the targets will follow their targets into a bathroom and stand a foot away, watching them be sick, and they cannot be distracted. So once the guard has made his way into the room, we're going to knock him out as quickly and as quietly as possible. Like I said, if both the guards come up the stairs together, which is more likely, you are going to have to bump one of them a bit, slow him down, and as soon as they enter the room, you can knock them out 1 at a time. So with all of our first target and objectives taken care of, the plan now goes drastically south as we make our way back down to the lounge and restaurant area and up to this point, I was under the assumption that our target, the gentleman, makes his way into this room at some point to make a phone call and is completely isolated. Apparently this depends on his wife being alive. Unfortunately, she is not, and the target will no longer come into this room. So he will just keep going backwards and forwards between the lounge and the dining room. So we are going to have to think of a new plan on the fly, and that plan hopefully is, if I'm occupying this room, maybe he won't come in. So what we're going to do is, on his next loop, I am going to be waiting out on the balcony, which is where I have seen him coming into this room from numerous times. I've been out on the balcony, he comes into the room to make a phone call completely alone. Because his wife is no longer living, he no longer comes into this room at all. I do not realize this at the time, but eventually, after another 10 minutes of waiting around, I just get very, very bored, and on our target's next loop back to the restaurant, we're just going to walk in bold as brass and throw our melee item at his head. We're then going to very, very quickly evacuate the area because there are guards absolutely everywhere. And we're going to vault over the balcony, down the drain pipe, and run for the pier exit as quickly as we can. So as I said, my whole plan hinged really on our male target coming into that room to be alone to make a phone call, and that never happened. It kind of ruined everything. So that's level 2 complete, but not ultimately successfully. We're going to move on now to level 3. So for level 3, we move to Colorado and Mr. Purty, and this is probably one of the trickiest assassinations. We also have to steal his ledger. So going into this one, we will not be using a lethal melee weapon. We will not be getting a silent assassin. We're not even going to attempt it. So for our final challenge, we will be starting as a hacker in the farmhouse. We're going to be bringing with us our ever trusty lockpick, and I have a silenced sniping rifle stored up in the water tower. So for the final time, right from the start and off the bat, we're going to finish investigating these cables, and we're going to make our way around to Sean Rose's bathroom. We're going to use our lockpick to unlock the door, make our way through the bathroom into the bedroom, and lockpick the safe on the wall by the bed. Now the room opposite is occupied, so we do want to get in, get the document, and get out as quickly as we can. So once we have that achieved, all that's left for us to do now is to make our way over to the water tower. We're going to go out the side window to avoid the cameras. Not that it really matters, we are embracing the freelancer mode version of this one. Basically, this target has 4 guards clinging to him like glue, and I'm not in the mood to mess with them. It could take all day. Which is why at the water tower we have our sniping rifle. So all we have to do now from up here is locate our target. Now he will be walking up and down this main road here at certain points, but he does stop off at the big red barn and the firing range, the explosives range, and a few other places. But we do eventually track him down, just leaving the explosives range. So we're going to zoom in, and when we have a nice clear shot, we're going to take him out.
Target eliminated.
So there we go, one target dealt with as efficiently as possible, although his body will obviously be found as he is continuously surrounded by guards. He doesn't go anywhere alone, it's very difficult to get him isolated, so I didn't even bother trying. So there we go, one more elusive target almost successfully completed. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.